Hi, now it's time for our Do It Some Science at Home. And what we're going to do is, since it's spring, why don't we grow some plants from seeds? So you can pick up some seeds pretty much anywhere, like grocery stores or hardware stores if you're out, for $1, maybe even $1.50. Now you can choose different things of what you want to grow. You can grow vegetables, you can grow flowers, but I chose to grow beans because Miss Dishman, the other science teacher, said beans are easy to grow. Maybe you like beans, but they're not pork and beans or any. They're the green beans. So if you like green beans, there you go. Sometimes they're good like snap peas. Now the other one that I wanted to try is I like spicy things, so I got hot peppers, so jalapenos. So if you've never started a seed before, there's two parts to it. One is the germination of the seed. So what you're going to want to do is, for one of your seeds, you're going to start them in a separate container in paper towels, and you want to keep the paper towels wet continuously. If you let them dry out, it's not going to be good. But who knows? They may still grow. So if you look at the seeds that you bought, these are the garden beans, and on the back has a lot of good information as well. So you can see the growing seasons. It also tells you how long it takes for the seed to germinate. So some seeds take longer than others. So the beans germinated for me kind of quickly. Yet the hot peppers aren't going, they're still waiting to germinate, so they're going to take longer. So be sure to look at the back of the package to see how long. You may say, where's my seed? Why isn't it germinating? Well, you look at the back and you say, oh, it takes 12 days at the most. So the beans only took about 6 to 8 days. So be sure to check before you give up on it. All right, germination, what does that mean with the seed? Well, when you put the water on the seed continuously for a few days, you're going to see a little root pop out. And that's when it germinates. And then it's going to be time to plant. But the first part, germinating the seeds, is going to take, it depends. Like the beans germinated in 6 to 8 days, and the hot peppers are 10 to 12. All right, so how do you start this out? Well, you're going to need a kind of a plate or of some sort, not flat because you're going to put water in it, and then some paper towels. So you want to put one piece of paper towel down, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put some seeds on it. Okay, so these are all the seeds are going to look different because of the different types of plants. So we'll start with the garden bean. Now you probably get a lot of seeds, so you don't want too many, but enough. Even if you just grow one, not all the seeds are going to germinate, but most of them will. So you put them on there, and if you want to do two of them, I put my hot peppers on the same, so I can put those on the other side. Notice how the seeds are, that's a lot of them. So the seeds are very small for the hot peppers, but you get a lot of them. So you can kind of see, we got the beans and we got the hot pepper jalapeno seeds. So you can make some observations on the physical properties of both seeds. One's smooth, kind of oval shaped. Others are kind of wrinkly and very small and flaky. All right, what you want to do then is take some water, and you want to really soak it. Not too much though. And then take another paper towel. Pour some water on it. And then if you can, find a windowsill. And if you keep them in the sun, then they might sprout a little quicker. You never know. I didn't keep mine in the sun. They took a while, but then I moved them to the windowsill, and we'll see if that happens a little quicker. You never know. Keep track of your data, make your observations. Okay, it's been 6 days for my seeds that I have here, and I kind of doubled up on the paper towels. But if we take a close look at them, so you can see that the beans sprouted right away. So you can see this little root. That's what you're going to be planting in your soil. Now, right now, my hot pepper seeds don't have any roots popping out of the seeds, but it looks like they're coming, so they may need a few more days. But the beans are ready to plant. So I'm going to show you now how to use a paper cup and some soil. You can buy topsoil at the store, or you can go outside and find some nice rich soil and use that as well. Okay, so the soil that I got from the store is indoor potting mix. So it doesn't have to be indoor, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, it should look kind of rich in the observation. The darker the soil, the better. All right, so then all you need is a paper cup. So take your cup, scoop in, and put about maybe a little over half amount, because it'll settle once you start watering it with the cup. So you can see that I have it about a little over a half. All right, now you can also do more if you want, depending on how many seeds. Of course, you can plant them in different areas of your house, outside, in the windows, on a nightstand, in the kitchen, wherever. Ask your parents where to put them first so they don't get knocked down and make a mess. All right, so now what we want to do is plant the seed. You can use your finger, and about like halfway, it's about different plants have different measurements. The beans are about 1/4 of an inch. So you look at your first knuckle, about I don't know, half of my first knuckle. I got the big hands, but your knuckle maybe to the first. So make a little indentation. Now this is kind of the important part, so pay attention. So you want to take your seed and you want to put it with the root down into the soil. So make sure that the root is down into the soil, then cover it up. All right. Now just the watering part of it. Now there's 2 ways you can water it. One, if you have a sprayer, every day you can spray it until the top of the soil is wet. So I gave it about 10 sprays. And you do want to either keep track of how much you spray it or how much water you want. Now to start off, you might want to use a little bit more water than the spray. So in a measuring cup, I would say it's about 1/8 of a cup. And this you want to do every 2 days. You don't want to overwater it or it's not going to grow. If it's not sprouting, you're watering it too much. And usually you tend to water it too much. So you can put that in there. I know I've already sprayed it, but I'm just going to put half of what I had in there. So your soil should be moist. It shouldn't be soupy. If it's soupy, you got to let it dry out. But will it recover? Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so after that, what you want to do is just water it every 2 days, keep it in the sun if you can, or grow more and hypothesize, well, will it grow better in direct sunlight? Will it grow better in my closet? Will it grow better inside where it's warm? Will it grow better outside? So you can make a whole bunch, because you get a whole bunch of seeds in the packets. So you got a lot of them to work with. Other thing is data. I'm going to be posting a data sheet that you can print out, or you can copy and make your own, or you can just use your own notebook. So what you do want to keep track for the data is you want to have the days. So each day, observations that you make and maybe how much water. If you're using the cups, the measuring cups, record how much you put in there. And your cups have fluid ounces or milliliters if you want to use that. And then observations could be at first when it sprouts, when the leaves break the soil, what day and then for each day, measure how much it grows. Use a ruler to measure that. That's way you can keep track. So the most important part as you get started is to record how many days it takes for it to germinate, for that root to come out of the seed. And then record how many days it takes before the leaves pop the soil. And then for each day, measure how high it gets. Now some of these plants, if you look at it, has a lot of data on it, how long it's going to take to harvest. So you're probably not going to, if you want hot peppers, you're probably not going to keep it in the cup. So at that point, you're going to want to transplant it into another container. Now you got a lot of time, so you can scout out, maybe find one at the store, and then put it into a larger container. Then maybe eventually, just plant it somewhere. Plant it where you can get sun. Now notice that each plant needs a different amount of sunlight. My hot peppers, I got to keep them in the sun. Otherwise, they're not going to grow. So if I want to have hot peppers by August, I'm going to have to keep it in the sun, but then I'm going to have to water it because the summer gets kind of hot. If not, just go find a place to plant it. Plant it in a park, plant it in a neighbor, plant it on the side of the house, plant it by the sidewalk. So planting plants. It's kind of cool what to do. We're studying photosynthesis and ecology, and what better way to, make the world a better place ecologically by planting plants. But you can also choose to plant flowers. You don't have to do vegetables. Flowers will grow a little bit more, and maybe by the time you can have one for probably not Mother's Day, but maybe for Father's Day. So you have your own flower. Okay, so give this a try, and I'd like to hear what you think of it. And keep your data, make some comments on the supplemental portion of my announcements each week, and I'd like to know how it goes. All right, everybody take care and have fun.